And now back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic and your host, Bobby Likis.
We're going to go to Daytona now, and this is really exciting because this is like our brothers in the house. Terry Sabiston from Daytona, WNDB 1150 AM and 93.5 FM. Terry, it sure is fun to have you back in the house.
It's fun to be in the house, and it's fun to be in the house I'm at Daytona International Speedway. Much less, it's Independence Day, a great day to celebrate our freedom. And if there's anywhere in the world that I want to be, I have found it right here, right now.
Well, sure, you live there. So, I mean, it's like every weekend you get to go out. It reminds me of, we have callers from New York, and of course, I can go to the beach any weekend, and I don't every weekend. What's that noise in the background that I hear?
Actually, it's the Coca-Cola car from the Richard Petty driving experience, and we actually have some cars on track right now, so you'll have some background noise. Maybe I'll call them as they come out of turn 4 here while we're on the air.
Well, we got you on the air for the next 6 or 8 minutes. So, Terry, what's going on at the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida?
Well, right now it's the calm before the fireworks, and actually the fireworks started yesterday afternoon in practice. Had a 10-car wreck in the Sprint Cup practice, and a bunch of guys had to go to backup cars. Had a top speeds in the first practice. Dale Earnhardt Jr. topped 202 miles an hour. And so that gives you an idea what drafting is and what they're going to do in the draft come Sunday night. And that's a change, too. We got a Sunday night race here at Daytona International Speedway. I can't remember last time we had a Sunday. Well, maybe there was a little weather delay a couple times. But, yeah, not on the 4th of July. But we've had some interesting things here at Daytona. But we've got tonight the Subway's Firecracker 250 with the Xfinity cars, and they've got qualifying at 2:35 this afternoon. And then at 4:35, Sprint Cup qualifying, and then 7:39 the Xfinity race. And then tomorrow, WNDB, we actually go on the air, and we have a new app now. You can download the app and listen to us anywhere in the world. And you check out our app to follow along. But we go on the air at noon tomorrow, and the race is at 7:30 Sunday night. So we've already had a full day yesterday of broadcasting, had some great interviews, great people, just a great day. Great couple 3 days here at Daytona International Speedway. And it sounds like we got cars coming off pit road, so I have a pack coming around here in a minute.
Okay.
But, and that's something else. You can come out today and tomorrow morning and do the Richard Petty ride-along and take your laps around Daytona International Speedway.
Well, you and I have been around the Daytona International Speedway together, and it is, folks, can you imagine running, and you said Earnhardt ran 200-plus miles per hour?
They had 11 cars over 200 miles an hour in yesterday's practice.
See, that's amazing to me. And what's really amazing is at one point in time, when you're running 200 miles an hour, you got to turn left. and it really, Terry, when you think about it, folks, think about it. You run down the highway at 70 or 80 miles an hour, and just thinking about having to turn left, even with a high bank, but 200 miles an hour, and then you put a stack of cars, what are they, a foot apart or closer?
They got really close yesterday. Keselowski said he did not touch Kyle Busch. There's no mark on my car. Kyle Busch says he hit me. So they get that close together, or you can't tell whether they hit each other. Keselowski kept going. Kyle Busch got spun around, took out 9 other cars.
Quick question, Terry. As I understand, approximately 50,000 new front stretch seats will be available for the Independence Holiday Weekend event, and also will showcase the new amenities that are being created by Daytona Rising. Give us a little synopsis of the Daytona Rising and what that's doing for all the economy in the Daytona Beach and Ormond Beach area.
It's a big boost to the economy. It's huge. $400 million being spent here on the grandstands in the front stretch, turning this into a sports stadium. And it's in the process right now. To be truthful, Daytona International Speedway feels a little strange because the Sprint Tower is gone.
Oh, I know.
And now there's a big, huge construction of steel up there where the new tower is going, but there's no seats in front of it. There are no seats, and here comes the pack riding by. 3 cars driving down into the tri-oval that has nobody that can sit in the tri-oval anywhere. All the way down, almost all the way to turn 4. We have 19 sections on the upper level that have seats in the turn 4 grandstands, but the rest of it, there are no seats. It's all under construction. And then you head down, when you get right past the tri-oval toward turn 1, the grandstands are completely finished from there on down, and there's 40,000 seats there. Then you turn around over to the backstretch, and there are no seats left on the backstretch grandstands. They've removed all but one section back there. That's where all the suites are for the entertaining the VIPs on the backstretch, and that will disappear by next February. So we are in a transition period here, and this is as Joey Chitwood said, this is a strange-looking racetrack, but when it's all done, it's going to be amazing.
Well, we had Joey on the air, I don't know, last year or so, and he gave us an overview of what's going on there with all the new neighborhood areas where people can socialize without missing any of the on-track action, and also for the first time ever, the Speedway has escalators. So it reminds me of like a movie that you would see of the future look of a racetrack, and Daytona indeed is setting that future.
Well, I'm going to check out those escalators tonight. I've got tickets to tonight's race up in the grandstand, and it's going to be interesting to see. I'm up in the 300 sections, which I believe that puts me in one of the upper sections down toward turn 1. I've already been up there in those seats, Bobby, and I swear you can see the waves breaking on the beach.
Really?
Yes, you can see the ocean clearly from the top.
Terry, share with our Car Clinic listeners what it's like for the drivers, because you get to roam anywhere within the pits that you like, and you talk with individuals both on the air and off the air. And off the air is sometimes more revealing than what a lot of folks might think. So, how does a driver get prepared to drive the 400 Coke Zero 400 at 200 miles an hour?
The thing about driving here at Daytona, it totally changes from February to July. And that's one thing the driver said. You come here in February, it never really gets, we're pushing 90-degree heat here. So in February, you can hold it down and just go. Here at this time of year, you have to you're playing with the throttle a little bit, and you've got to drive the car a little more because the track is slick. It's hot and slick out here. Now, the other thing that happens in February is we've got cars on the track for almost a full month. This track is clean. They've only been on 4 hours of practice yesterday, qualifying today, a race tonight. So by the time they get on it tomorrow night, it'll start to build up somewhat, but nothing like it is in February. So that's the other thing. The track's totally different, and that's a factor. The heat's got to be a factor, too, because they haven't hit this kind of heat, I don't think, with a high humidity just being out there. You're talking, we're already at 95, 100 degrees easily. Pavement's probably got B130. Crank up a race car and all that heat, and you're cooking in there. So you got to be prepared for this heat. I hydrate. You wouldn't believe how much water I've been drinking out here.
Quick question. What's the temperature inside the cockpit of a NASCAR car?
They estimate probably up around 130, 140 degrees. And most of the drivers have cool suits, but sometimes that breaks too, and turns into a hot suit. So you have to be physically prepared for this. And when you talk to these guys, Eric Armorell had an opportunity to chat with him, and he said physically, this is probably one of the biggest challenges, this in Indianapolis. But this is tough because, even as a night race, we haven't gone below 75, 80 degrees in probably a month here.
Well,
we're already into the heat of summer. Hopefully the weather will hold out. We were lucky yesterday. We've had some tough weather here in the past few weeks. And to be truthful, WNDB and Southern Stone Communications went through a lightning strike last week, and we're in a rebuilding mode right now. So it's been an interesting week for us. But weather looks good. Should be a fun, and I mean really fun, Independence Day. And we get two of them. We get fireworks tonight, and we get to do it all over again with one of the largest fireworks show in the Southeast after the race. But we got fireworks on the track going today and tomorrow.
Well, there you have it, folks. Terry Sabiston from Daytona Beach, WNDB Car Clinic's first affiliate, absolutely, in 1991. WNDB 1150 AM was our first affiliate, thanks to Mark Bernier. We're out of time, Terry. Thanks so much for the update from the Daytona International Speedway. I'll let you get back to your work.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. And happy Independence Day to everybody out there.
Thank you so much.
Daytona Beach.
He's a nice gent, and I will tell you, that's a fantastic. If you've never been to the Daytona 500 Speedway, you should just go and look at how mammoth it is. It's huge. Coming up, I see on the line, we have Dr. Dan McGee.